In today's video, we're going to be doing a little bit of maintenance on my 2025 Ford Ranger Raptor, as well as installing this new high flow air filter. So let's go ahead and get to it. Yo, what's going on everyone? Welcome back. My name is Will and this is the Wimmy YouTube channel. You already know I gotta hit you with the quick sales pitch. If you get to the end of this video, you enjoyed it, you found it helpful, you like this type of content, you like the Ranger Raptor, you like the GX550, you like the mod videos, think about hitting that subscribe button. It's totally free to subscribe. Just sends you a quick little notification whenever I'm posting some new content out there. But if you don't want to subscribe, a like is always really appreciated as well. Now, let's get into today's video. So obviously, like the title says, and like you can see behind me, we're gonna be working on my daily driver, my 2025 Ford Ranger Raptor. In today's video, we're just going to be doing some little minor maintenance type of things. This thing is getting an oil change tomorrow, right around that 20,000 mile mark already. Kind of hard to believe I put that many miles on such a short amount of time. So stay tuned for another update video coming at you pretty soon. But today, before it goes in for the oil change, I always like to do a few little things. I'm going to be draining out the oil catch can. I always like to drain that out every time I go in for an oil change. I'm going to be pouring it out, measuring it so you guys can see how much oil is actually collected in between oil change intervals. Stay tuned for that a little bit later in the video. Another thing, since I am coming up on 20,000 miles, I thought this would be a good idea or a good time to change my air intake filter. So I kind of went back and forth on if I wanted to do a full intake replacement, and for now I think I'm just going to be going with the higher, more efficient air filter. I'm always kind of, skeptical of going with like these air intake systems, especially like on my daily driver. I don't really want to run into any engine codes or anything like that. I've seen kind of mixed reviews here and there with other owners getting check engine lights when they've installed intakes on their Ranger Raptors. But yeah, before we get into that, if you are a Ranger Raptor owner and you're running any other sort of intake, like aftermarket ones, comment down below and give me some insight if you had any issues with yours or not, because obviously I take everyone's input into consideration before I move forward with any sort of my modifications. So yeah, comment down below, let me know what you guys think. But yeah, like I said, so today we're just going to be doing the more high flow filter, and the one I have here is from K&N. I love K&N. I end up always running K&N filters in all my vehicles at one time or another. So we're going to be doing that today in the Ranger Raptor. You can pick up one of these things pretty inexpensively. It's a washable filter, nothing too crazy here, but you don't have to switch these out every time, you would like with one of those paper element filters, right? So yeah, here's the box. K&N lifetime high flow washable engine air intake, increases horsepower, multi-layer protection, save time and money, up to 75,000 miles in between cleaning. Designed and engineered in the good old US of A. So yeah, that's the box. Then on the inside here, got a little decal and then a little do not discard sticker that you can put on your intake box. So if you're getting it serviced anywhere, they don't throw your filter away. And then right here, we have the actual filter element itself. For the newbies here, this is my 2025 Ford Ranger Raptor. It's an ongoing project on the channel, so stay tuned and subscribe if you want to see some more Ranger Raptor content. Currently, it's sitting on a Fouts Motorsports 2.5 inch front perch collar. It has some Volk Racing TE37 XT wheels wrapped in a 35 inch tire. In the back, we just have the trifold hard tonneau cover. Then in the front up here, we have some grill marker lights. Then under the hood, not too much yet. We have a lot of plans for this. We have the Turbo Smart blow-off valve, and we have the OSC oil separator system oil catch can. But we're going to be doing a lot more to this: down pipes, custom exhaust, charge piping, front mount intercooler, and eventually we are going to be doing the custom tune as well as a new turbo upgrade. So this is going to be a real rowdy little Raptor. So yeah, join the fun and subscribe if you like the Raptor content. But for now, we're just doing a little old K&N air intake filter. So right over here, you can see the stock intake box and where the stock filter is going to be. So let's go ahead, pop this box off. Just has two little clips right on this side over here. You just gotta give it a good old shake and maneuver. You can reach up underneath here and grab that stock intake filter right from inside there. So right underneath here, you can see it is a little bit of dirty. This is after around like 18,500 miles on there. So yeah, I mean, it does its job right. This is a, it's a good filter. There's really nothing wrong with it, but the K&N for side-by-side comparison there, this is gonna be way more efficient. Probably gonna get a little bit of performance out of it. Nothing that's gonna be noticeable, but it all adds up in the end, and hopefully we might get some induction noise or maybe a little bit more turbo noise, because that's, in my opinion, what these intakes, if you're going with like an aftermarket intake, that's the biggest thing you notice, right, is the turbo spool and all of that. So we'll see if we get anything with this. Lift this back up. This thing kind of like gets in the way. It's annoying, so just tilt this up a little bit here, and I can get a little bit more room to slide this filter up underneath. Drops right in there. Make sure it's nice and seated, which it is. And then we'll get this back down the lid. Make sure it's sealing along the back here. It has just like little clamps there. Yeah, that's on there good. That's on there good, all nice and seated. Then we just take those little connectors right there. We'll double check that it's all sealed along the side there, and we're good to go. This part is totally up to you, but I'm gonna take the little do not discard sticker and I'm just going to stick it right over here, up and out of the way, just in case anyone at the dealer decides to go up underneath there and change my air filter. They're not gonna go and throw that away. Next, what we're gonna do is come over here and we're going to remove and drain out the oil catch can. Like I said before, it's something you wanna do every time you go and get your oil changed. It's just good to make it, a habit of draining out your oil catch can at the same time. So I have a full installation video on how you install an oil catch can on your Ranger Raptor. So I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a pain in the ass to like get enough hand room underneath here to get leverage on the oil catch can and twist it off. So in my opinion, it's much easier just to undo the two screws that attach the top lid onto the little mounting bracket here. So I'm just gonna undo it, then that way the oil catch can, I can kind of move it to where I can actually get some good room and leverage to get it all out. Just be careful not to drop the screws if you do it this way. So you can see now I could actually grab the oil catch can, move it up here where I can gain some more leverage and actually be able to twist the oil catch can bottom collector base from the top where the oil and all of that is actually filtered through. And yep, we got quite a bit of oil in here. So let's go move over to my workbench and I'll show you exactly how much it collected. So we have the base right here. I just cut open a water bottle so we can see exactly how much oil is collected inside those oil catch cans between roughly 3,000 miles of use. So go ahead and turn you guys there so you can see exactly just how much. For all those people that are skeptical about running an oil catch can on your EcoBoost engine, there's your evidence right there. Now that that has been all drained out, we'll go ahead, bring this back over, install it, and then that's gonna wrap this up. I would recommend just kind of cleaning this up as well. That way you don't have any sort of old oil in there. All right, everyone, so that's gonna do it for this one today. Real quick video, just some minor maintenance and quick filter change out on the old Ranger Raptor here. If you wanna pick up any of these parts that I'm using, what I mean, like the air filter as well as the oil catch can, I'm gonna have links down in the description below, so go treat yourself to some rad truck parts. If you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. I always try my best to reply to everyone as quickly as possible. And like I mentioned earlier, if you have a Ranger Raptor or a Bronco Raptor and you're running any sort of aftermarket intake system on your truck, comment down below, let me know your opinions. Let me know if you ran into any issues with that, because I'm still kind of doing my research on that. And I don't really know if I want to fork out, the money to just run into some issues down the road. So yeah, share your opinions, let me know what you guys think. But as always, guys, my name is Will. This is the Wimmy YouTube channel. Thanks for chilling with me today. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Those things are always really appreciated, and I'll see you all in the next one. Later, everybody.